Previously on the fanfiction. Wrote a story about us as a family. When they were married for 1 year, Shane got pregnant. The clone then went to Isa and she thought that it was Quinten. And then before Quinten could do anything, she shot him. Why would you kill off me? And now for part 2. Hi there, my name is Quinten. If you want to be online friends and join this nice little community, you can click the subscribe button and then the bell to get notified whenever something happens. Alright, so I had died and Jesper went to Nathan. After Jesper had told Nathan everything that had happened, Nathan said, "Whoa, that's messed up. No wonder you are feeling so bad. I would feel bad if I had gone through all of that." I think the best advice that I can give you is to take things slow and take time to grieve. If you want to stay, you can stay with me for a while. Jesper said, "Thanks, I would love to get away for a while. Just let me get my stuff first." "Yeah, sure, no problem. It might actually be easier if I go with you," Nathan responded. "Okay, let's go then," Jesper said, and they started walking towards our house. Stranger danger here, people! They arrived and Jesper opened the door. They walked inside and Jesper just ignored us. Nathan, on the other hand, looked inside the living room and introduced himself to us. The moment we said hello to him, we heard Jesper call Nathan from upstairs. So Nathan went upstairs and helped Jesper with his packing. When they were done, they came downstairs and Jesper said to us that he was going to spend some time at Nathan's place, and before we could say anything, they left. They arrived at Nathan's house. The house was in the suburbs of the city. The house was bigger than the other houses in the area. If I got €1 every time the word house was in this paragraph, I would personally ask you to write house more often. Nathan said that he lived there on his own and that no one had stayed over in a while, but Jesper got the indication that multiple people had stayed over there recently. Jesper decided not to ask about it. Okay, seems safe. Jesper put all his stuff on the ground and looked around the room. The room looked nice and warm, but Jesper couldn't relax. Maybe because he's in a stranger's house. For some reason, the house had a creepy vibe. Nathan noticed that Jesper didn't relax and said, "There's a creepy vibe around the house because it's a really old house." He's good at feeling the room though. It's just something that you have to get used to. I've tried to get rid of it, but it never really succeeded. Come on, I'll show you around the house. And Nathan started walking. Jesper followed. The room in the house was quite big, and it looked all nice and cozy. There was one room that Jesper wasn't allowed to go in. Nathan didn't say why. After they had prepared a place for Jesper to sleep, Jesper didn't feel the creepy vibe anymore. I'm probably like the only person who died in his own fanfiction. After Jesper had stayed at Nathan's place for a few days, something weird happened. Jesper was walking by the room that he wasn't allowed to go into when he thought he heard something he couldn't believe. He thought he heard Quinten's voice coming from that room, but he knew that couldn't be true. Ooh, I might not be dead? Yet he stopped and started listening. After he heard that voice for a bit longer, he knew for sure that it was Quinten's voice. I mean, my voice is kind of distinctive, so. He didn't understand how it was possible, but he knew it was true. Then he heard a second voice coming from the room, sounding exactly like Jared, but he is also dead. Jesper started to think that he was going crazy, so he went downstairs and looked for Nathan. He looked everywhere, but Nathan was nowhere to be found. The only place Jesper hadn't looked yet was the room that he wasn't allowed to go into. He walked towards the room and knocked on the door. As soon as he knocked, the voices stopped talking. Not long after, Nathan walked out of the room and closed the door behind him. "What is it?" Nathan asked. I thought I heard Quinten's and Jared's voices coming from this room, and I know it's impossible," Jesper answered. "Oh well, there's no need to worry," Nathan said. "I was just watching some of their videos, and that's probably what you heard. Sorry if that upset you." Okay, it's fine," Jesper said. "I'm just happy that I'm not going crazy. I'll let you back to it then." Nathan said, "Okay, then I'm just going to get back to it." Yeah, he just said that. And he went back inside. Jesper heard Nathan's voice say something immediately after he had gone back into the room. After that, he could hear Quinten's and Jared's voices talking again, and even Shane's voice. He's not dead though. Jesper thought the voices sounded a little strange, but he soon forgot about that little detail. In the days that followed, Jesper sometimes heard their voices coming from the room that he wasn't allowed to go into, but he didn't really think much about it anymore. Why would Nathan's secret not allowed to go into room actually be like an entertainment room or something where he watches videos? Jesper should have known better. Every time he heard their voices, he just thought that Nathan was watching their videos again. After about a month, Jesper thought he was ready to go back home. Nathan and Jesper gathered Jesper's stuff and he went to our house. We were very happy when we saw Jesper and Nathan. We helped them put Jesper's stuff away and Nathan stayed and we talked about what happened in the past month. Ooh, next chapter! I wish Wattpad's thing would go away, like the pop-up that says that I need to download the app. Isn't that super annoying? Nathan stayed for a little while and then went back to his house. After Nathan had left, Jesper thought back to the time he heard Quinten, Shane's, and Jared's voices and realized they had never done a collab with all three of them, and they sounded a bit strange. He decided to tell Lucas and me about this. Lucas and I knew that Nathan couldn't have been watching their videos and asked if what was happening that else seemed strange what happened. Yes. Jesper told us that it seemed like Nathan had people over before, but when Jesper arrived, he said that no one had come to visit. This all seemed very strange to us. I mean, yeah. We thought that maybe Shane, Jared, and Quinten had come to Nathan's place to visit, but we knew there was no possible way that could have happened because they were Because me and Jared are dead. Of course we didn't tell anyone else about this. We didn't want to get their hopes up or anything or bother them with what might just be a misunderstanding. We decided to go on an investigation. Just block Holmes. That doesn't work. Jesper was going to visit Nathan again while Lucas and I did some research on videos. We started watching all of their videos. Good luck, I have like 300. To find out if they sounded a bit weird in any of them. That's so difficult though. Oi, can you look over all of these videos and tell me in which of them they sound like somewhat weird? Thanks. When Jesper arrived at Nathan's house, he saw the secret room had a window, so he decided to see if he could look through it. After a lot of struggling, he succeeded. He looked through the window and saw 5 silhouettes. He couldn't see who the 5 people in the room were, but he knew they looked familiar. He took a picture and went back home. When he got back, Jesper immediately went to me and Lucas. We told him that we didn't find any video that Nathan could have been watching at the time. Jesper told us about the silhouettes and showed us the picture. We transferred it to one of our computers and we zoomed in enough to see who the people were. We could vaguely recognize Nathan and Shane. We decided to ask Shane what he was doing there. We asked Shane and he had no idea what we were talking about. Shane said that he never visited Nathan's place, so he couldn't have been there. This raised even more questions. Who were those people in the secret room? How was it possible that Shane was there while he wasn't? I mean, he could just lie. And most importantly, how is it possible that Jesper had heard Shane's, Quinten's, and Jared's voices? Next chapter. How many chapters are there? Is this the last one? Nope, it's not. We decided to keep an eye on Nathan and his place. We went to Nathan's house and we saw that Nathan was still home. Jesper texted Nathan asking if he could come. Oh my god, can we say Nathan one more time, please? Nathan responded with, I'm not home at the moment. Sorry. We knew this wasn't true and thus he was hiding something. Or he just doesn't really like hanging out with people and he's more of an introvert who just wants to stay inside and watch Netflix. I don't know. We thought it had something to do with those 4 people in the secret room. Now we really had to find out who they were. We waited outside his place for hours and still no one had gone outside the secret room except for Nathan. We still hadn't come any closer. So we needed another plan. We were thinking of one when we saw Jared standing at the window. It looked like he was looking at us, but as soon as we saw him, he turned around and walked away. This is turning into like a creepypasta. We knew it couldn't have been Jared since he was dead. Lucas thought it might have been the clone. Oh yeah, there was clones too. I forgot about that. Jesper and I didn't think so. While we were thinking about how it was possible that we had seen Jared, Nathan walked outside and came towards us. Well, you weren't really well hidden then. He said, I think it's time that you 3 see what's in the secret room. Come with me. Of course we followed him. Of course you did, yeah. Oi mate, I have your dead friends in my secret room. Oh, count me in. We walked towards the room and Nathan unlocked it. In the room there was a table with 5 chairs. We couldn't believe our eyes. Quinten, Nat, Shane, and Jared were inside, but they looked a little bit different. Nathan said, here you go, Jardin, just like you asked. I brought them here. The guy who looked like Jared said, thank you, Nathan. And he turned to us and said, we are not who you think we are. This is Darkfeather and not Quinten. Shout out to when my YouTube name was still Lightfeather. This is Sean and not Shane. And I'm Jardin and not Jared. In my mind, they just speak like that, by the way. We were confused and we said, well, we are Lucas, Jesper, and Tessa. You're literally seeing the evil side of your passed away relatives. How is that your answer now? If you aren't them, then how is it possible that you look so much like them? Sean answered. Jardin is Jared's clone. Darkfeather and I are their dark personas. As Sean said that, Nathan shut the door and locked it. We all got a bit scared. Just a bit. Lucas asked, are you guys evil? Why did you lock the door? And why are we here? Jardin answered, we brought you here because we want you to help us. And you can't leave until you do. Maybe we're evil, maybe we're not. Jesper asked, where do you need our help with that is so important that you can't leave until we do? What? Oh, we can't leave. Nat answered, we need your help with getting back at Shane and Isa for all they've done. So are you guys in? I said, no, of course not. They've done nothing wrong. You guys are the ones that should have done something too. What? We should do something too. You've killed Jared and Quinten. You are holding us hostage and are planning to do who knows what to Shane and Isa, so no, never! But Lucas had a different opinion. He said, yes, they might have killed Jared and Quinten, and they might have holding us hostage. Be holding us hostage. But Isa and Shane aren't completely innocent, and if helping them means I can get a little version of Quinten and Jared, I'm in. Who again was his father? There was like a flowchart. Let's see if I can find the flowchart. I said, really? Well, at least you're with me, right, Jesper? Jesper said, I don't know. It's really tempting, but I'm still with you for now, Tessa. Sean said, welcome to the team, Lucas. It's a shame you two don't want to join us yet. But don't worry. You will join us soon enough. While this was happening, Shane and Isa got a bit worried. They had tried to call us multiple times, but we hadn't answered, so they decided to go look for us. They started making their way towards Nathan's house. Jordan saw them walking up the house and told everyone the plan. Nathan led Isa and Shane to the secret room and let them in. Once they saw what was inside, they were flabbergasted. I, for some reason, looked at Darkfeather, and it kind of looked like he was in love. I followed his glance and it seemed like he was looking at Shane. I was expecting me to fall in love with my actual girlfriend again, who was also my wife in part 1. Why do I keep falling in love with Shane? This surprised me. I focused on what was happening. Nat, Isa, Lucas, Shane, Jordan, and Jesper had a heated discussion. It feels like they were fighting, like they had a heated discussion. I said, everybody stop! They all stopped talking and looked at my way. I could see that they didn't understand why I screamed. I said, with just screaming to each other, we'll get nowhere. And I think Darkfeather might have fallen in love with Shane. Isn't that right? Darkfeather. The end. But the thing is, this is still an ongoing story. The link is in the description to the Wattpad thing if you want it. But special video thank you shout out to Amalia. This is something I'm going to be doing every video, and I randomly pick these shout outs on Twitter and Instagram. But please let me know down below in the comments, what do you think is going to happen next? And if you want to be part of this community and light each other's day up, that would be so funny. You can of course subscribe. I post every Wednesday and Saturday. But above all, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to see you next time.